Hi, my friends. I'm Trey, and today I'm talking about learning in the invisible realms for healing and ascension. Now, when I am alone, is there a ghost in my house? When I am alone, is there a ghost in my house? When I am alone, is there a ghost in my house? Do you realize? Oh, everyone you know one day will die. But instead of saying all of your goodbyes, realize the soul will never die. Their soul, if they love you, is there all the time. The soul is timeless and it loves you in the Christ. And the Christ would never tell a lie. Do you realize? It's time to open your third eye. Learning in the invisible realms. Learning in the invisible realms. For healing and ascension. Part 2. I'm going to give you some exercises here. So as I said in part 1, once you have the so-called second sight to see how our emotions can manipulate us and how the controllers and the dark side try to use the emotions to control us is the key. How to ask spirit a question. Okay, I'm going to tell you how to ask the spirit a question. Now, if you're trying to ask the Christ, God, or your higher self, or whatever you want to call it, a question, it's very important that you know the secret I mentioned that they left out of the film The Secret, which is the hardest part for most mortals and most of us humans to ever do. If you're poor, if you don't have enough money, if you don't have that woman or man that your body craves, you want to reproduce, or just a kiss or a hug to get laid, or to have a husband or wife, you don't have that job, your dream job, you don't have whatever it is, your house, in my case, yurt in a legal spot, a place to grow cannabis, well, you have to either go find it or manifest it. And when you ask a spirit a question, you have to know how to get out of the way. Okay? So, number one, you must have no anxiety. Again, it's like a boomerang. You have to send it out and it comes back. It hits you in the head if you send it out with anxiety, or you'll think God ignored your prayers. Okay? Because the anxiety, my friend Jai Dev Singh, he's got a YouTube channel. He said, he told me one time years ago, worrying is praying for what you don't want. Okay? So you must have no anxiety. And if you do try to manifest or pray for something with anxiety, probably the dark side, the grays, or the evil ones, or a bad spirit is going to intercede and respond and give you some hardship instead of what you want. So, because, again, I've said this many times, every single thought is a noun and a verb. Well, I didn't put it that way. Every single thought is a noun and a verb to the invisible dimensions, to the beings that live there that help you manifest or prevent it. An ascension hermitage can be very helpful, but also can become an obstacle. Okay? So, you've heard of the concept of omens. Well, you can learn to be like the old school shamans and read the omens. But again, this is a vast subject that's open to vast interpretation of how accurate it's going to be. And that also goes to a good example of how your anxiety is not as, or your dogma is going to mess it up. So when you realize every single thought is actually an object in the invisible realms, then number two, gently ask specific questions. And YouTube was trying to help me expand by showing me these videos that were saying vidIQ, to get 1 million views, you answer a specific question. Well, to discuss things with your spirit guides accurately, you want to ask a specific question. Okay. Number three, make sure, once again, I have to say it twice at least, get your attachments or worries out of your mind, or spirit will then quickly and easily, and if you can do that, spirit will then quickly and easily reveal the answer. Okay? If you want another video about this that I made, check out my video, the red light and the everything drawer. I'll put a link in the comments. This cannot, you cannot ask spirit a question or manifest something in anxiety. One way and this is one way obvious that the negative aliens prevent your communication with higher self by blocking it, by lowering your frequency with anxiety, and identification with anxiety due to your beliefs, your race, your rent, your mortgage, property tax. So be a calm, pure, open channel, and then you can work with the respectful side of the invisible realms. Here, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to do it just occurred to me what I'm going to do now is the Mad Magazine trick. Because this is my advertisement. So, it's cool. The only word you can see is in between is freedom. Freedom, that makes sense, right? Freedom. So once you can get your own stupid thoughts and the grays and the other aliens and ghost stupid thoughts out of the way, then this is why they don't want you to know you have this power, through distraction and stress, and again, constantly trauma bonding you to their fake inverted bullshit, selfish, mind world, where you'll never get to build the community because you're too worried about your little, surviving, getting your food or whatever. So very important to be able to clear your mind, go to the forest or the beach, clear out your mind, and become a calm, pure, open channel, if you so desire, so that then, if you want to hear, even just to simply hear what it is your real self wants to do. A lot of people can't even hear. They don't even know what their essence even wants, or the fragment, or what's called the ideation, or the individuation of the self that's healthy for this body, this fleshy clay suit, in this incarnation. There is a healthy blueprint each one of us has, but again, you can't know what that is. If you're a soldier and you're in the front lines, you're going to be a soldier. So yeah, I want Todd to know I'm going to get back to playing music, but since we're in this information war and I want to help the world heal, I'm bringing you information as a passionate thing. It's also an art form. I'm vaguely, gradually learning here. So become a calm, pure, open channel, and you can work with the respectful side of the invisible realms And if you go to Portal to Ascension YouTube channel, you can watch 3,000 hours of different people that have done this and the ways that they've trained. And they're having a conference at the end of this month in San Diego. Should be a lot of fun. And Neil is the kind of person who will never get a strike like I did a couple days ago, because he knows how to self-censor. And again, they focus on communicating with the higher or the respectful side of the ascension, So they never got shut down. So heal and learn to use your psychic powers in gnosis, because the real creator is never coercive. Okay? They're never, God, the goddess Christ, is never going to force you to do anything against your will, because, unlike the demiurge, unlike the Beast 666 system, the 144,000 moon matrix Saturn reincarnation death trap system, they don't need you as a food source. They don't need you to be their slave, because you are the child of the Almighty Divine Feminine Christ and Masculine Father Christos. You are their children. They don't want to make you their slaves. They want you to learn and wake up. And that is what this time is really about. It's not really about Satan, Lucifer, and BG and KS and the New World Order and obeying and all that. That's what they wanted you. 2020 was the second coming of the anti-life, and they wanted you to think, here we are, we're taking it, because you've been hunched over your cell phone for about 19 years, as I said in my video yesterday. So we expect you're going to be willfully ignorant and obedient enough, since we control the media, to just give over your sovereignty to us elites, and sadly 75% in some place like here in Hawaii did, sorry to say. And we're praying for their passage in the most peaceful way as possible, of course. And of course, as I said many times, the real Christ is within, the real power is within. It's not somewhere else. It's within you. And the real creator is never apart from you. It's never coercive. It's never violent. It's a gentle voice. To listen to your real creator, you must learn to make your mind quiet. If you want to hear anything they have to say. If I never left downtown Santa Cruz, I probably would never make any videos, because I wouldn't have the space or the etheric space to do it. Your mind must be quiet. So a great example of this I have is I was doing a bicycle trek before I moved here, almost exactly 20 years ago. And South Big Sur, I think one of my brakes cables was broke, and I had all this stuff on all my possessions on my bicycle, and so the voice of the creator, or my spirit guide, whatever you want to call it, says to me, all right, hug the rocks now. So it was a very soft voice, not coercive, very soft. But I was not thinking about the past or the future, worries or plans, regrets, excitements. I was focused on the now moment. And that's the key to learning how to speak to the spirits. And learning in the invisible realms for healing and ascension. Of course, you have to admit that the now is the only 100% real moment. And we can get lost still after you're born again or even enlightened, get vaguely lost. If you're enlightened, not so long in worries or talking about the past or future. But so as soon as I heard this soft voice say, all right, hug the rocks now, I leaned my bike over to hug the bicycle pathway. The bicycle route was covered with gravel, a lot of gravel. It was near a cliff. And 2 semi-trucks were coming either way. As soon as I leaned my bike over like this, 2 semi-trucks went. And when that happened, I thought, oh my God, that was a powerful spiritual warrior test. And I'm so glad, Sacred Divine Mother, Father, Creator, I was listening, because they saved my life. Just like I suppose somehow in this car accident, or when the EMTs took me to Santa Clara. If you enjoyed this, if you haven't already, click subscribe, click the notification bell for more, and make a beautiful day and learn to work in the invisible realms to heal.